The joke slipped out of my mouth on a tired evening when the city lights felt heavier than usual, when loneliness sat beside me like an unpaid bill I kept ignoring. I said I would pretend to be her boyfriend, not realizing that a single careless sentence could tilt the direction of 2 wounded lives. She did not laugh. She looked at me with the calm seriousness of someone who had already been hurt too many times, and explained that pretending would not be enough. That people like her family could sense lies the way dogs sense fear. In that moment, the air changed, and I felt the strange pressure of something beginning that neither of us was ready to name. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and stories that grow quietly into something unforgettable, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. My name is Ethan Parker, and at that point in my life, I was surviving, not living. I worked as a freelance graphic designer, bouncing between short contracts, coffee shops, and sleepless nights. I had learned how to make myself small after a failed engagement left me questioning my worth and my future. Claire Bennett came into my life the way rain arrives after a drought, unexpected and uncomfortable at first, but necessary. She was a pediatric nurse with eyes that carried exhaustion and quiet strength. The kind of person who smiled for others, even when she was falling apart inside. We met through a mutual friend at a small birthday gathering, both of us standing near the window, pretending not to feel out of place. Claire's problem was not dramatic on the surface, but it weighed on her every day. Her mother was ill, her family tightly knit, traditional and relentless in their concern about her being single at 32. Every visit home turned into a gentle interrogation that left her feeling like a failure, like something was wrong with her for not having found a partner yet. She did not need romance, she needed peace. I offered a joke because jokes were safer than sincerity, because I did not think she would take me seriously. But she did, and once the idea was spoken out loud, it refused to disappear. We started slowly, awkwardly, like 2 actors rehearsing without a script. We met for coffee, to plan what our fake relationship would look like, learning each other's habits and histories, without ever admitting how much those details mattered. We practiced sitting close, without touching, smiling at the right moments, remembering small facts that made the story believable. The more time we spent together, the more real it began to feel, and that terrified me. Pretending meant I could lose nothing, but caring meant I could lose everything. The first real test came when I traveled with Claire to her hometown for a weekend visit. The house smelled like old books and home-cooked meals, and her parents welcomed me with cautious warmth. I felt like an imposter wearing borrowed confidence, afraid that any wrong word would expose us. But something unexpected happened. Instead of pretending, I started paying attention. I listened when her father talked about his years as a mechanic. I helped her mother in the kitchen without being asked. I noticed how Claire relaxed just a little, how her shoulders dropped when she realized the questions had stopped. For the first time, I understood that this was not about fooling anyone. It was about giving her space to breathe. As weeks turned into months, the line between real and fake blurred. We celebrated small victories together, like her getting a promotion and me landing a stable contract. We sat in comfortable silence, shared meals after long shifts, and supported each other through bad days. I found myself looking forward to her laughter, to the way she focused completely when listening to how she believed in people even when they disappointed her. And still, neither of us crossed the invisible boundary we had set. Because naming the truth would mean risking everything we had built. The struggle came quietly, the way real heartbreak often does. Claire started pulling away, answering messages later, canceling plans with gentle excuses. I told myself it was nothing, that this was always meant to end, but the ache in my chest said otherwise. When I finally asked her what was wrong, she admitted that her family was planning a big engagement-style dinner to formally introduce me to extended relatives. The thought terrified her, because she was no longer sure where pretending ended and reality began. She was afraid of hurting everyone, including herself. That night, I walked alone through empty streets, realizing that I had built a home in a place that was never meant to be permanent. I faced the truth I had been avoiding. I loved her, not in a dramatic, movie-worthy way, but in the quiet, steady way that grows when two people see each other completely. The next day, I went to her apartment, prepared to let her go if that was what she needed. Instead of speeches or promises, I told her the simplest truth I had left. I told her that whatever we were, it mattered to me, and that I would respect her decision, even if it broke my heart. What happened next was not sudden or loud. Claire did not run into my arms or confess undying love. She cried, the kind of deep, shaking cry that comes from holding too much inside for too long. She admitted that she was tired of pretending in every part of her life, tired of being strong all the time, tired of believing she had to face everything alone. In that moment, the fake relationship ended, and something honest began. Not because we planned it, but because we finally stopped hiding. Life did not become perfect after that. We had disagreements, fears, and moments of doubt, but we faced them together, openly, without scripts. When the family dinner finally happened, we went not as a performance, but as two imperfect people choosing each other. The relief on Claire's face was worth every uncertain step that led us there. If this story is touching something inside you, if it reminds you of a time when kindness changed your path or love surprised you when you least expected it, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who believes in quiet miracles, and stay connected with this channel. There is one thing I want to ask you before this story ends, and it matters more than you might think. So please write in the comments about a moment when pretending turned into something real in your own life. Because sometimes the jokes we make to protect ourselves become the doors that lead us home. And sometimes practicing a lie teaches us how to finally tell the truth.